you talk about servant leadership, you've dedicated your life to service, and then in 2024, I mentioned this earlier a couple of times, it led to you being awarded an MBE and presented by His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. I mean, I suspect there's not many people listening to this podcast or watching this podcast who have experienced the same. So tell us a bit more about how that happened and what was it like, and what was he like?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Being awarded an MBE by the Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, was an incredibly emotional, but an incredibly humbling experience. You know, it's that experience that says, well, somebody like me who came from humble beginnings should receive such an award. And I remember when I first read the letter, well, actually, what happened was I received a telephone call, sorry, and from somebody who said, it's the cabinet office here. And I thought, yes. They said, have you received an email from us? I said, a letter. I said, no. And they said, well, there's a letter attached to this email. Please read it and respond. And so that was the letter. That was the first notification that I had been awarded an MBE, and I needed to respond whether or not I was going to accept that. And of course, I accepted it. For me, it wasn't just about recognizing my service to nursing or to leadership. It really felt like an acknowledgement of the obstacles that I'd faced, but an acknowledgement of also the communities that I represent. And I remember walking into Windsor Castle. I took my husband, my daughter, and two of my in-laws. And I remember walking into Windsor Castle. It's the first time I'd been there. And it's this amazing building. Yeah, the sun was shining. It was beautiful. And meeting Prince William was amazing. But hearing my name read out was surreal. There was one other woman in that room who looked like me. And in that moment, I thought about my parents. I thought about and their journey. I thought about those teachers who said that I would never make anything of myself. And I thought about the countless patients and colleagues and those leaders that I'd worked with through the years. I thought about my passion for equity, my passion for justice. And in particular, I thought about the Windrush era. And so, yes, it was an honor, but more than that, it was that real reminder around why I do what I do, why I was so passionate to ensure that actually everybody receives equitable care, everybody has a good outcome, everybody has a good experience, there are opportunities for everybody. And so it was a reminder, and it really helped me to stay true to my values. So receiving that MBE lev wasn't just for me. It really felt like it wasn't just for me. It was for everyone who had ever felt unseen, unheard, or excluded, and a real symbol that our brilliance can and will be recognized.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on that honor. It
Thank
is
you.
truly deserved, and um, fascinating to hear kind of that encounter as well. I'm assuming it was brief, but it will stay with you for a long time, I would have thought.
It was incredibly brief, but it will stay for me a long time. It was a really deep, meaningful conversation in that brief
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.